Hello, Magical Mama. It's Magical Monday, so our card for the week is awareness. And I love that I actually caught my cat over the goldfish bowl. And this represented awareness to me in the way that I think about it in such a real way. Awareness that cats eat fish. That's an awareness. That's a fact. It's just something that they do. It's in their nature. And so knowing that, I don't hold the cat to such a high standard of, I keep the cat away from the goldfish. So, awareness card. It says, developmentally, children change from day to day. Awareness of what those changes and cycles bring will help create a better connection and understanding. Seeing the behavior through the lens of development will help bring clarity, patience, and a better understanding of how to connect. Be aware that children are developing into completely unique beings that have their own beliefs, thoughts, and wills. Cultivate their unique selves so they can stand empowered and respectful of the uniqueness of others. So some of you know that I was away for the week. I was house sitting for my mom, and it was just the kids and I there. I had a couple of friends come on a couple of the days, but otherwise it was just the kids and I. And I really got to see how I react to the kids. Just me and them, with nobody else interfering or nobody else's energies around, just the kids and I. And there was a couple times where they started getting at each other, and they'd be in the pool and they'd be starting to get tired, and one of them would say something and whack. Yeah. And so the other one, whack, right back. And my gut reaction is to jump in and say, guys, stop fighting, or, to do something. But before I could even do that, they were separated. Neither one of them wanted to get hit again, so they ran away from jumped out of the pool and ran away from each other. And then, amazingly enough, they worked it out. They either didn't want to play with each other anymore, or they did, and either way it went, they worked it out. Now, they're 3, 3.5, and almost 5. But they had that ability and the awareness developmentally to do that. But we have to let our kids know how to do that. We have to give them choices. I was then, after seeing that, saw that they are ready for a little bit more of their own balance, guidance. They're able to regulate themselves a little bit more. Yes, they're still reacting by hitting each other, but they're able to actually see, oh, if I keep hitting her, obviously that's not going to help anything, and I'll just get hit back. And if I run away, which I've actually taught them, if you are getting hurt, run away. Stop standing in the way of getting hurt. That's, silly. And I was able to further go into that with them over this past week of letting them know that it's their choice. If you want to play with somebody who's tired and is not treating you nicely, well, they might react because that's what they're doing right now. But it's your choice. And so with that awareness, that we can actually teach our kids and ourselves that it is our choice. We are in control of what happens in our lives. If you keep putting yourself in the same situation over and over again, that is your choice. If you keep putting your child in the same situation over and over again, a lot of times they don't have the choice to get out of that situation. So it takes you, magical mama, to be aware of the choices that you are giving your children. If you're not giving your children the choices and having the knowledge of knowing what they can and cannot handle, then you're not using this awareness tool properly. So another thing that I talked about in the blog is actually using this awareness tool to your benefit. So say that you have a 1-year-old, okay? And all the other 12-month-old babies around you are all walking, but your baby is not. Now, developmentally, you know that around 1 year old, they should walk. And so a lot of parents start kind of pushing it, start holding the hands of the baby, trying to get them to take their steps. They're not ready. So while this card of awareness talks about developmentally, feeling where they're supposed to be, that doesn't mean that we push our kids to be where a chart says that they should be. I just read that Albert Einstein, did not talk until he was 4 years old. Was that on the developmental chart? I don't think so. So while we want to recognize what is developmentally appropriate for our kids, we also don't want to hold them to a standard of, oh, you're not there, you're supposed to be there. Again, no expectations in magical mothering. We learn where they could possibly be so that we can help guide them and allow them to have the freedom of a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds often hit. 3-year-olds often hit. 4-year-olds often hit. They are reactionary beings still. They do not have the brain capacity to discuss their feelings before they react. That is a developmental aspect of where they are. And when we understand that, it is our job as the mother to be aware of the situations they are in and either remove the child prior to them getting hit or teach the child, their sibling, their friends, that it is their choice. If they get hit, they are to run away and remove themselves from that situation so they are not in any danger anymore. That's their choice. So another thing that I talked about in the blog was that developmentally, I learned that children get aggressive during a growth spurt. It's actually in the brain. As the brain is developing and as the physical body is actually growing, the hormones that are being released actually cause aggression. Amazing to link together, right? Have you ever noticed that your kids can go for weeks and weeks and weeks without being in like a bunch of physical stuff, and then all of a sudden your kid just whacks your other child, or the kid at the playground, or anything like that? Just knowing where they are developmentally, that a growth spurt can often cause more aggression, helped me be aware. When my child started getting more aggressive, okay, he's going through a growth spurt. This could last a couple days. This could last a couple weeks. That means I need to be really on the ball. That means that I need to make sure that if he's sounding like he's getting frustrated, I need to remove my daughter, or the other way around. If my daughter is getting aggressive, I need to remove my son when she's getting frustrated. I need to help them to create environments that show them how to stay peaceful. And that doesn't mean me reacting to them, whoa, God, doing anything like that. It means that I'm stepping in. Let's shift. Let's do distraction. Let's do let's do the peace place. Let's figure out ways where I just need to step in. Craft time. Let's sing a song. Let's draw. Rearrange what's going on. And it's the same thing for your 9-year-old who's going through the 9-year change. It's the same thing for your teenager who's trying to figure out their independence because That's where they are developmentally. They are trying to figure out how to push away from you as far as possible, and yet see where their boundaries are and see how much you will still love them. It's the same thing for your 20-year-old. Knowing where they are and what developmentally is going on will help in every situation, help you connect, help you communicate better, and use it as a tool to help enhance and create a more magical life so that you're not stuck living in the chaos of your children's developmental status. You are at a developmental age as well, whether you're a 23-year-old mom or a 43-year-old mom. Developmentally, you're actually at a different space. Learn about that. Be okay with that and see that there is change. Change will happen, and yet stay in the awareness of the possibility of everything that's going on. So with awareness takes being present and allowing our children to be the unique beings that they are, not forcing them to believe what we believe in, not forcing them to think the way that we think, allowing ourselves to be aware and to learn from them, because they are here and they are our greatest teachers. So I so am grateful that you were able to be with me here on this magical Monday. And I'm wishing you just such a blessed and magical day as you continue to use this tool and grow with it. I'd love for you to post on the Facebook group what you, anything that you kind of captured from this, and anything that goes on during the week. If you've noticed some awareness or you're learning about something, please share. There's so much out there to learn and to share. And I am always up for learning more new things, and I know the whole group. Let's support each other, let's connect, and let's help share the resources that we find. So have such a blessed day, and thank you for being a part of this Magical Mothering Tribe.